Morning, Rosie.
Good morning. Is that Joanne?
Morning, Suzanne. Oh, Kitty.
Hey, that's Lola. Lola's very interested in the outdoor world right now with all the chipmunks.
Huh?
How are you today, Joanne?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you. Yeah, had a nice weekend and got a lot of stuff done. It was nice.
Yeah, yesterday turned out to be a gorgeous day.
Oh my gosh. And you know, if you look at that weather app, which I know is never 100% right, obviously, but you know, it was looking pretty gloomy. I feel as if we got lucky.
I think so. I don't think it's going to happen today, though.
Oh, is it coming in today?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to rain all day.
Okay, well, so be it, right?
So I'm going to go on mute now.
Thanks for joining in this morning. Hey, Michael.
Hi, Rosie.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Same here.
Thank you.
I'm ready on time today.
Yay. I love that you join in. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for doing it.
Yeah.
Hi, Rosie. Good morning.
Morning, Tracy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How was fishing this weekend?
I didn't go fishing this weekend. I had to work all weekend.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. That's right. Okay. All right. Well, how was work this weekend? Not quite the same as fishing, is it?
No, not quite as fun. So, hi, Rose. Good to see you.
Good to there's Lola. Say hey, Lola. Say hello to everybody. Lola's not much of a cuddler. She's got to have, even her scratching has to be on her terms.
Right.
Yeah, that's a cat for you. I meant to ask you, how's the grandbaby doing?
She's doing good.
Good.
She's doing good.
Good.
She's growing like a weed.
Of course. Of course. What, she's got to be, what, 2 months now or 6 weeks, something? About that.
Yeah, close, I'd say. I can't remember, honestly.
Yeah. So, it's so sweet, though. So happy for you. Thanks so much for joining in this morning.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for doing it.
Thanks. We'll be getting started soon, but I have not too many specific blocks and things needed today, but a couple of blocks may be helpful, and anything else that you're used to using to enhance your practice. But as I said, nothing too specific. I think what I'm thinking right now is a block for things like revolve triangle. Maybe for lifting if we get to that. Okay, this is the official good morning, at least according to my clock. I'll be yakking for a minute, so if there are people coming in, they won't be missing the asana. Welcome. I'm so happy to know you're joining me via the internet. As I said earlier, in case you weren't already plugged in, you may need a couple blocks today. That's about all I can think of offhand. We're working through this book pretty fast, Happiness is an Inside Job by Sylvia Boorstein. And today we're in the place where she is discussing metta practice, or loving kindness practice, as wise mindfulness. And what she tells us is that to be genuinely mindful, which is open in every experience at that moment to having a benevolent response, that you must have a benevolent mind. And she makes it a point to say that you can't have two things going on at once. She mentioned this earlier, but as a different subject. You can't practice metta, or loving kindness, and at the same time, at that moment, not have good wishes for somebody. So the mind can't offer two separate things at once, is what she's saying. So if you're practicing metta, which is loving kindness, and offering goodness to people and good wishes, then at the same time, you have to be physically, if you're in that shape of taking action, practicing that. And so what she's trying to tell us is this repeated benevolence liberates the mind from suffering, which, if you recall, is the seat for wisdom and equanimity. And so she offers this prayer, and this is the repeated part. So the more you repeat this, it's like a mantra, then the more your mind becomes liberated and you start to act in this way. And here is the prayer, and we'll use it today in class. May I meet this moment fully, and may I meet it as a friend. So we'll begin with that little prayer. Let's come into easy sitting, and for continuity's sake, we'll have the right leg in front. Remember, sit up if you need to on a blanket or whatever will help you to kind of find a flatter back. Sitting tall as you breathe in, may I meet this moment fully, and as you breathe out, may I meet it as a friend. We'll do that again. Inhaling, may I meet this moment fully. Exhaling, may I meet it as a friend. And then one more. The bottom of that exhale will twist open to the left, so opposite side that we normally do. Looking over left shoulder, let your head look that way, and then drop the chin. Do a little tiny roll, should feel good. And as you come forward, release the twist. Extend the legs long, maybe straight, maybe not. Pull the toes back, inhale here, and just hinge a slight bit forward. It's way too early to just go right into a forward fold. And then come back up, walk your hands behind you, fingertips look forward, puff the chest up and open up the front side. Come on back to seated, left leg in front, sitting tall. Start your Ujjayi breath. May I meet this moment fully as you inhale. May I meet it as a friend as you exhale. And again, inhaling, may I meet this moment fully. Exhaling, may I meet it as a friend. And one more. At the bottom of that exhale, go ahead and twist to the right. Remember, that's opposite of what we would normally do. Look over right shoulder. Nice twist all the way up into the upper spine. And then drop the chin down to a little roll. As you come back to center, release the twist, extend the legs, again, pulling toes back. Inhale, lift, and exhale, just a slight hinge. We'll get into more movement in just a moment. Taking hands behind you, puff the chest up, open up, look up. And we'll come back and somewhat repeat that. So as you come back, this time, it's either repeating right leg in front for easy sitting, or draw the right foot on top for half lotus if you're able. Big inhale here, and on the out breath, twisting left, look over left shoulder again. Now keep the twist, lean back a little bit so that you can release left leg. So that means we're in half lotus. Just hold for half a breath. Come on back to center. Big inhale here. It's like a little bit of a half lotus forward fold. Just hinge. Starting to open up in the left hamstring. Walk yourself back. This turns into half reverse table. So just scooch the left leg. Lift the hips. Open up the front side. Come on back down. And just switch the lay of the leg. So it'll be left leg on top for half lotus, or maybe you're just dropping it in front the way we did in that first set. Big inhale to lift up. On the out breath, twist to your right, look over right shoulder. Now keep the twist. You have to hinge back a little bit to release the right leg. Another half a breath, opening up onto the right side. Come back, half lotus, lift up. Exhale, hinge. Coming back up, hands walk behind for reverse table. Just lifting up, bending right knee. Exhale, back down. This time, cross the legs, hinge forward, coming through all fours, and we'll take it up, downward facing dog. Pedal it out a little bit, find some movement, maybe lifting the hips a little bit. Now go right back to Ujjayi breath here and take your prayer. May I meet this moment fully, and may I meet it as a friend. So what that's telling our mind is to accept this moment as it is and find a way to respond with benevolence. Let's come into a forward plank here. Draw the right hand a little more center. Pivot to the left. You can leave your legs in stacked or split. Lift up. Come back down. Either hold plank or lower for chaturanga. If you're moving on, it's up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Rock forward into plank pose again. This time left hand is centered. Twisting to the right. Lift up for side plank. Come right back down, hold plank or lower chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, may I meet this moment fully. Exhale, may I meet it as a friend. And again, inhale, may I meet this moment fully. And may I meet it as a friend. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the top. Come on up halfway. Exhale, release forward. Inhale, come to standing. Arms come with you. Nice big stretch. Keep your belly strong. We'll just keep moving here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back. Straight to chaturanga or hanging out in your plank pose. Lift your heart. Breathe in. Open up. Come back. Downward facing dog. One breath. Right leg lifts. Place it to the outside of the right hand. Drop to left knee. Nice big twist to the right. Come back all fours. Chin, chest, and knees. Squeeze elbows in. Lower chin and chest. Now scoop it through mini cobra pose. And lift right back up. Downward facing dog. May I breathe. May I meet this moment fully. And may I meet it as a friend. Left leg lifts. Outside of left hand. Drop to right knee. Big twist to the left. And then come on back. All fours, chin, chest, and knees. Squeeze elbows in, lower chin and chest. Scoop it through for your mini cobra pose. Come right back up, downward facing dog. Breathing in, may I meet this moment fully. Breathing out, and may I meet it as a friend. Do that one more time. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the front. Come on up halfway, fill up here. Now exhale, let it go. Inhale to standing, arms with you. Nice open front side. We'll do one more. Pull the belly in, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop it back. Lifting your beautiful heart, breathe in, breathe out. downward facing. We'll start on left side this time. Left leg lifts, pass it to the outside of the left hand. Nice big twist open to the left. Come back, 1 or 2 legs to descend. So left leg is up. We lower chaturanga or trianga, 1 or 2 legged up dog, and then 1-legged down dog. Left leg lifts, big stretch, and then replace the leg, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Same thing right side. Leg lifts, pass it to the outside of the right hand, stay high. Big twist to the right. Come on back. Right leg comes back, 1 or 2 legs, lowering chat or tree. 1 or 2-legged up dog. 1-legged downward facing dog, right leg lifts. So stretch it out. Replace the leg, and then come right back. Ujjayi breath with your prayer. May I meet this moment fully. May I meet it as a friend. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. Okay, at the bottom of that last breath, bend your knees looking forward. Step or hop to the front of the mat. Come up halfway. Exhale, release forward. Now inhale to standing. Arms come with you. Let's leave the arms up this time to add that purposeful back bend. So just leaving the arms high or hands at the hips. Hips push forward, weights in the heels, pulling belly in. Push the hips so that you can start to lengthen the front side by letting the pelvis area come in front of the knees. Pull the belly in to protect the lower back. Take 1 more. Then make your way back up to standing. Let's separate the feet, just hips distance, widen the toes, hands at the hips. Roll the shoulders up and back. Strong belly here. Big inhale to lift. And on the out breath, hinge forward. Peace fingers to the big toes if they meet, and if they don't meet, let's just stop along the way somewhere. Wherever you are, lift halfway. Shift the weight forward into the toes a little bit, and then exhale, drop down, allowing the crown of the head to come towards the floor. And then shake it out. Yes and no. That way you know your head's just dangling. And let all the stuff that's clouding you from being benevolent just spill out right now. All right, last breath like that. Come up halfway. As you exhale, step or hop it back, lowering straight through chaturanga or holding your plank pose. They're both good. Up dog or cobra, and back in downward facing dog. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. Let's take the right leg up. We'll stack the hips, bend the knee. Lift the head looking over left shoulder. So we're looking for the foot to appear in our vision. Whether it does or not doesn't matter. It's that intention of spinning the body that way. Now you can play here. Is it okay to just stay, or maybe find a little side plank or flip the dog? All good. Whatever's good for you. And this is where we practice our benevolence, right here in this physical sense. Another breath. Now come on back up, right leg lifts. We'll take a twist. So take the right knee underneath, twisting towards your left armpit, and then exhale, take it back. Now go to the outside of the right arm, coming forward. Maybe you just hover here. Maybe you try chaturanga arms, or maybe you're moving into your balancing pose. But we're hovering and holding for another breath in and out. And now take 1 more. And maybe you can add the prayer because you might need it here. May I meet this moment fully, and may I meet it as a friend. Now exhale, leg comes back. Big lift here. Pass it between your hands. Drop down left knee. Create a little space, so we don't want to be super square, and we won't have much movement here. So I know for me, I have to walk my right foot forward and to the right. Inhale, lift up. Flip the palms to face behind you as you hinge forward, opening the whole front side. Big open heart here, feeding the benevolence. Another breath. Now come a little more neutral. We'll take the hands behind us, right thumb on top. Broaden up in the chest again as you lift the shoulders up, and then slide the hands down into this little back bend, creating a lot of front space here. Now keeping that front space. Hinge back forward, letting the right leg come towards straight. We're not going to stay with the arm shape very long. Just hinge over, maybe lifting the arms a little bit. And then release the hands so that you can find a nice sturdy Hanuman practice here. And this may be it right now. It's very early. It's only about 7:15. But if you do feel you want to go deeper, please feel free to. Always reacting with benevolence. Always taking a breath before an action. And maybe just for today, and then it becomes part of your life, as you breathe in, you say, may I meet this moment fully. You get fully means in truth, with knowledge, with equanimity. All right, let's take one more. And then making your way back into this somewhat squarish. Get ready for our twisted dip. So tucking the left toes under, big inhale to lift up. Exhale, prayer twist right and dip to the left knee. Inhale back up. Exhale, prayer twist and dip. And then one more like that, up. And come back down. Now snuggle in a lot so that you find a nice big twist. And once you feel pretty stable, go ahead and retuck the left toes and lift up for high lunge, keeping your twist. Find a place to be very stable, particularly on the right leg, as we do 3 taps with the left. So we tap forward into twisted chair, take it back, twisted lunge. Forward twisted chair, back twisted lunge, one more forward twisted chair, and hold here. So once you get forward, pay attention to how your body shape is. If the left knee really jetted forward, let's pull that left hip crease back. Maybe you have to untwist a little bit. Stay here, or maybe you extend your arms, or maybe you're working into Parsvabhakasana, just coming into some kind of balancing pose. We'll take 2 more breaths. Another great time. As you breathe in, may I meet this moment fully. And as you breathe out, may I meet it as a friend. All right, we all meet in twisted chair. Unfurl, come on up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Coming right back into chair pose. Setting a drishti point. Now again, opposite leg than we might normally do. So left ankle crosses over right knee. Come back to your chair. Now watch for this droopy hip. Lift it up. Hinge forward and start to twist your right. Hand to foot, hand to hip. Find a sense of stability. Keep the squat. Okay, it's not over yet. Come back to center. Hugging the knee and the foot, come to standing. Take the shin towards your chest. Soften up. And release. Shake it up. All right, back to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now lift up halfway, fill up. Keep that length, and on the out breath, step or hop it back. Straight through chaturanga, or step back into plank and hold there. Now lift your heart to breathe in. Come back, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Left leg, lift it up. Stack the hips, bend the knee. Now just take a peek over your right shoulder. You're looking for that foot. And then if right arm says I'm good, you'll go ahead and side plank or flip, or maybe stay there today. Otherwise, come on out and find something suitable. Now let's return. Left leg lifts, and we'll start with a twist. So we twist left knee underneath to the right armpit, hover and hold. Now extend it back, one-legged dog. Knee to the outside of the left arm. And here's where we stay for a while. So find something good for you. If you're staying to practice your balancing pose, go for it. If you're holding right there, let's all try to breathe in. May I meet this moment fully. And breathe out. May I meet it as a friend. Our balancers, let go of the balance. Everybody, left leg lifts. Now we come forward, knee to nose, tuck and round. Plant the foot, low lunge position. Now go ahead and create whatever space you need to allow the hips to hinge forward as you lift the arms up. See if your palms can start to face towards behind you. That's just opening up this external rotation in your arms, in the upper arms especially. Opening the front side, or maybe coming back to a little bit more neutral. Take the hands behind you, left thumb on top, roll shoulders up and back. Find a nice broad sense in the front side of your body. Now check your left knee as you back bend, because sometimes it wants to collapse inward. Make sure it stays in a nice straight line. All right, now think of all that space you've created on the front side. We want to keep that as we come back up. Extend left leg long. Hinge over left leg. Again, we won't hold the hands like this very long, just trying to warm into the shoulders a bit. So maybe lifting the arms up a little bit. And then keeping your Hanuman shape, release the arms. And now play with the best shape right here for you. So for me, I won't go very far on this side, so I'll stop halfway. Some of us may stay right here and just work, pulling the toes back maybe. Going into full Hanuman, that's great too. Either way, you know the mantra. Left heel pulls towards the right knee pushes towards the left heel. So we activate Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor. It's this inner thigh connection, if you will. Let's start to make our way out of the deeper Hanuman. We come back to a neutral spine, tucking right toes under in preparation for coming all the way up to standing. So as we inhale, we lift up and fill up. Exhale, prayer twist left as we dip the right knee. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, prayer twist left, dipping right knee. And then take 1 more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, prayer twist left. Hover and hold for a half a breath so we can find a sense of tweaking this twist. And then once you get there, lift that right knee up. Now most of the weight has to be in the left leg, especially if you're floating. If you're dragging and coming to twisted chair, that's fine too. But try it 3 times. Either float, twisted chair, and back, or just drag, twisted chair, and back. Next time we come forward, we hold the twisted chair. So once you get there, you may notice that your hips are really high. At least I noticed that on me. And that my right knee is jutting forward. So pull the right hip back, lower the hips parallel to the floor, stay like this, maybe separate the arms, or balancing pose. Parsvarabhakasana. Play mindfully. See if you can add your mantra of meeting this moment fully and meeting it as a friend. All right, last one. We all meet up in that twisted chair. And then unfurling. Come all the way up to standing. Lift up. Straighten the legs. Hands to heart. Setting a drishti point. Start to squat as you cross right ankle over left knee. So coming down to that figure 4. Twist to your left. See if you can take hand to foot, hand to hip. That just gives you a sense of stability so you can still draw left shoulder back. And again, I know that my right side droops on this, so see if yours is too. Maybe lift it up. Now come on back, cupping foot and knee as you come to standing, drawing right shin towards the chest. And let it go. That's a great way to start this class. All right, coming back to standing. Shake it out a little bit. Coming into just a regular standing pose. May I meet this moment fully. And may I meet it as a friend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop. Now, if you're hopping, try to go straight through chaturanga. Otherwise, step to plank and hold. Lift your heart coming up. And find downward facing dog. And come on down to all fours. Okay, so I would like to show you something before we move into it, because we've never done this before. I've done bits and pieces of it. But come on, just look forward for a moment. So we'll be in this all fours position. And we'll be starting with the right side. Hover the knees. And when I tell you to go do this, we're going to do cat-cows before this, but I'm not going to demonstrate that. So from here, The knees come wide. We hinge forward into this little kind of chaturanga push-up, and then come back up, pivot the toes to the left. Right leg scooches through. And we come back. I'll do it one more time. Hovering, knees wide, chaturanga, come back up, pivot toes left, extend right leg long. Let's try it together, all right? So first we start on all fours. Lift the knees 1 inch off the floor for dynamic cat-cow. So right here with the knees hovering, we do our cat-cows. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract, knees still hovering. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract, keep the knees hovering if you can. And one more. Inhale, open heart, take it all in. Exhale, contract. All right, coming back to neutral, knees still hovering, knees wide, come forward, chaturanga, lift back up, pivot toes left, extend right leg, and come back hovering. We'll do it 2 more times. Hovering the knees, wide knees, chaturanga, lift up, pivot toes left, extend right leg, and come back. One more, ready? Knees wide, chaturanga, come back up, pivot left, extend right leg, come back, and lift up, downward facing dog. Pedal it out, soften in the breath, in and out. All right, now from here, come into forward plank and hook the right toes on top of the left ankle. Staying like this, or we add 15 seconds of one-legged push-ups. Go. Keeping elbows in. And we got 3, 2, 1. Take it all the way down. Lift your beautiful heart. Open up here and hover and hold. We'll add a little serpentine. Twisting to the left. Lowering as we twist to the right. Twisting left. Twisting right. Do the opposite, coming back up. Tuck your little toes under. Lift back up. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Pass it between your hands. Pivot